Yo, what is up guys, it is Skills, and in today's video we got you back with another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. And in today's video guys, we're going to be talking about a tier list and also a basic team guide on what you should be making for teams and etc. I've been getting this a lot in the comment sections on my videos, so I decided to actually make like a full team building video itself and just a tier listing right here because it's already on the website, so we might as well talk about it. But I know some of you guys do struggle on making teams, and personally I do have like specific teams that I like to run too, and there are units that I do still want because they're super good. So the first one I do want to talk about is Bond. This green Bond, I can 100% say is probably one of the best units in the game, if not the best unit, because of how great he is. So if we go to his full 3 stars, you know, this is where he's going to be super OP. One thing is, when he's inflicting his damage, he also steals 30% of lifesteal, which is going to be really good based off of you for health. So that's good. Snatch is another one that he has, which steals 50% of all enemies' attacks and defense for 2 turns. Like, this is probably one of the most clutch things, because when you have enemies that are super attacking you or just attacking you like multiple times, this is something you definitely want. So one thing is, this Bond was in the coin shop, so if you got him before when he was there, you did perfectly great with that move. Unfortunately, if you don't have him, just wait until he does come back, because I can definitely say this unit is something you want, man. Seriously. His ultimate is it inflicts 350% damage to a single target and steals 50% of that target's attack and defense. He's so good at stealing 50, percentage on specifics on attacks or defense, whatever it is. He's just that good with it. His fate is the same thing basically, so just a little bit more damage with Jericho. Then the Undead, if this unit wasn't attacked for this turn, decrease the effectiveness of enemy recovery skill by 10% at the start of the next turn. This stacks up to 5%. So I can for sure say this Bond is definitely good. So if you have him, definitely run him on there. So a really good honorable mention, or just a great tier 1 unit. So, but if we talk about the units itself for tier 1, I can honestly say this is a really good listing, because the green Bonds are really good. Elizabeth is a very amazing healer. You have this free-to-play Gother, the coin shop one, which we will talk about him right now too, because I did not know that he was this great until I used him as a friend, and just how crazy he was helpful for my boy Meliodas. So before we get into Meliodas, let's talk about Gother. So basically, Gother is something you want based off of boosting up your other teammates' skills. So if you do like what's called 2-star or 3-star, basically you want to do 3-star if you can. But if we do a 2-star, for example, right? The Arrow of Erosion skill that he has, it ranks up all your ally skills by 1 at least. Meaning, if Meliodas gets a full counter as a level 2 or 3, or he gets this Wild Hellfire for a level 2 or 3, he's gonna do insane damage. Like, when I tell you insane damage, he's gonna be hitting for well over 30,000-40,000 for just his normal 600% damage. Like, he's that good. The Meliodas is definitely a top tier unit for sure. But Gother right here, he's just really good because there's so many things that he does. Like, one, if your opponent, or even if you're playing PvE, if you're gonna be getting attacked all the time, this unit itself will seal attacks skills for 1 turn, or if it's 3 stars for 2 turns, or if you do his ultimate, he reduces the ultimate gauge by 3. So that's gonna basically mean your opponent is not gonna super you for a while. So that's one thing you definitely want to have. Then of course, this 3-star Arrow of Erosion ranks up all ally skills, increases basic stats by 20% for 3 turns. So this unit is a for sure unit that you want on the team. So I'm gonna say this for sure: if you have these 3 units, green Bond, this specific Bond, right, this Gother, this red Gother, and this Meliodas on the same team, I can for sure say you definitely will have a really good team to run. So, and then as a support, if you do have a support unit, have King, free to play King. I can honestly perfectly say this unit is gonna be one unit you want. I mean, it's a free to play. You're gonna get this playing the game itself. So the reason why I'm saying this is because this first thing right here, fossilization skill, if you do a 2-star or 3-star at least, Petrify basically is gonna stun the unit. Stun, or you know, fossilize it, like it can't move. Some of the events might not do that all the time, but this still is very helpful because even if it's one turn with the star level 2 or 2 star, it's still one turn. That's perfectly fine. If you do it for 3 turns or 3 stars, it's 2 turns, which is really good. He's a great healer, actually super good at healing. Even if you do his 2-star healing, it's 30%, but he does remove all debuffs. That's basically what his 1-star does. But if he has 3 stars, 50% of missing HP and cleanses all debuffs. So it removes an active effect. So if you're bleeding, or if you're like electrocuted or whatever that is, this is gonna help out a lot. So King is definitely a unit you want to run. There's a lot of these units that you can run on this team, but specifically the units that I'm picking out, first off, you get King for free. Gother you can get for free if you have the coins, you know, rainbow coins. You have to be careful with how you spend. Bond is another one. But I think we're, what, 3 weeks into the game? By the time you've been summoning, I mean, if you've been playing the game for so long now, or like for that long, and you've been grinding out, you should have had a good amount of chances to summon, but there's no way you shouldn't have gotten at least 5 dupes of a unit. If you didn't, then that's just unlucky, but basically, these 2 units are for sure a unit you want. Merlyn, the green Merlyn's not out yet, but if you do the red one, she is a for sure unit. So if you guys have her in the comments, in the actual game, comment down below, because I want to know how many of you guys actually pulled her. But she is super good because this absolute temperature it freezes a single enemy for 2 turns if it's a 3-star. It does it for 1 turn for a 2-star. Freeze, it's basically what it says in the name. Opponent can't attack you. So super good. Honestly, definitely is helpful. So she is very good for that. She also does a lot of damage, actually. I've seen her do a pretty good amount. But you know, that's a unit you can definitely run. So tier 1 units all right here for sure. You definitely want. Tier 2, you start stepping into a little bit better in the units. Let's just say you didn't have this Elizabeth. You can use this Elizabeth to actually heal as well. She's actually pretty good at healing. I've used her many times, and she definitely does make sure like the team does not die. Now, if your opponent or if you're playing PvE and the enemy is attacking you, they're basically going to be attacking more on Elizabeth because the AI is actually really smart. They'll attack her because they don't want you to heal, so you have to be definitely careful on how you play that card. So that's one unit you definitely will want to run here and there depending on that. And then let's just say tier 3. I'm going to say this right now. You definitely have him. This Bond. When he awakens, fully UR and everything like that, he is definitely a good unit. The green one, of course, wins it all, but this unit is still really good. I actually have this green Bond, of course. He's a free-to-play. I have him UR, 60, level 60, etc. He does a lot of damage and reduces its ultimate gauge by 3 on the enemy. So if it's a 3-star, you're going to try to get there. Now, this is where it ties all the way back to Gother. If you can get Gother, and you can use Arrow of Erosion, you're going to be using this Bond's actual Extinguished Vigor a lot more, and you're going to be reducing ultimate gauge, and that's what you want. You don't want to get supered by the opponent because they do a lot of damage from the supers, so you have to be careful about that. Another thing is Immortal Body. He takes a stance for 1 turn, he cleanses debuffs, gains a Void. Void negates incoming damage, so you're basically going to be tanking no matter what, and heals 50% of missing HP at the beginning of the next turn. I can't even say like how, like, he's pretty good. He's definitely good. Like, I can for sure say because I use him, so he's definitely worth the tier 2, tier 3 actually. That's crazy. I'd assume it'd be tier 2, but I mean, it depends on the units you're running. I mean, there's some units I definitely could say they're good. I mean, Gila is a attack all unit. Slater, I know this Slater is actually really good too. He was a coin shop one too. Let's look into him. He inflicts 360% damage to a single target, steals stance skills for 2 turns, so he disables a type of skill. That's good. He inflicts 400% damage to a single target, apply cutting. Increases critical chance times 2. I used him before. He's really good with his attack and defense. He does help out the overall boost on the actual team itself, so I guess tier 2 is a good place to put him at, but if you look at this listing, I can definitely say there are some pretty good units. Like, let's just say Gother. If you get Gother all the way up to his UR, Awaken, and everything, he's really good because he can apply Shock. So Shock is additional 30% damage done at the end of each turn. So that's basically where you get electrocuted, for example, when you're fighting Gilthunder himself. You know, you're going to start losing health throughout the rounds, and it does it for 4 turns. That's actually really good. It can do a good amount of damage for sure. His other skill, Heavy Thunder Armor, takes a stance for 2 turns, taunts all enemies, and reduces incoming damage by 75%. So taunt is directs all attacks to yourself. So let's just say you do have this unit, right? And you have Elizabeth. So Elizabeth is a healer. You want the healer to not get attacked. Have Gil Thunder run him and reuse that specific skill so you can heal your team. Just keep on doing that, you know, here and there and here and there, and you should be back to really good health. So that would really help out a lot for sure. So Gil Thunder is definitely good for that. He also does a pretty good amount of damage. So that's definitely a unit you would want as well. So you have specific teams and units you can run, honestly. Let me know in the comments below what teams you guys have been running and which units you guys have pulled as well. If it's a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, etc. I definitely want to know because I'm curious on what you guys are running. It definitely will help me out as well later on so I can make better teams as well, even for PvE or PvP. So let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you guys are enjoying today's video, guys, make sure to drop a like onto today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, guys, make sure to hit that red subscribe button. If you guys want to see more of Grand Cross, let me know in the comments below. I definitely will do my best for that. But basically, the tier 5 listing right here, you know, they're just normal rares and SRs. There are some units that you can run, some units you can't. I mean, it's up to you. There are some units like, you know, Simon, who are actually pretty good. Slater's pretty good for tier 4 unit you can run. This king, I'm not too sure how much they can do, honestly. That's why I would say the tier 1 free-to-play king is the better option, and he's a free-to-play. Like, that's crazy. So basically units that you can definitely run. Green Bond, have him for sure. Red Gother if you can. King for sure. This Meliodas if you pulled him, perfect. So they're the main units, the popular ones. You can also have teams like Hellbrim. Hellbrim's really good if you pulled him as well. He's actually one of the better healers as well. You can have Slater. I know Slater does a lot of damage for sure. The Red Bond is a unit you could run. That's definitely fine with that. You can have the free-to-play Hellbrim too. He's the one in the coin shop. This one, he's really good for healing as well. He applies poison for 3 turns with additional 50% of the damage done at the end of each turn. It's basically the same way as Gil Thunder and his shock. So it's the same kind of style. You're going to make sure the enemy loses a lot of attack and stuff like that. So honestly, that's going to do it for today's video. This is a whole listing right there. I'll put the link in the description below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. This was just quick, a tier listing and a team building guide. Hopefully this did help you guys out. If it didn't, let me know in the comments below, and you guys have any other way of building teams, let me know. I definitely will appreciate it as well. If you guys got this far, let me know in the comments below as well. Hashtags, hashtag 7 deadly sins, straight like that. Honestly, if you guys did enjoy, of course, drop a like. And if you guys want to see more, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, guys. We're close to 5,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get there really soon. So definitely that's it. Hopefully we can do more for this game, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated when more stuff comes out. So that'll do it for today's video, guys. Have a great day and peace.